Welcome to the Basic Training Series, Recording Work for the Beginner. My name's Bill Jackson. Today we will recover recording work for the beginner. This is a basic overview of how to enter data in PubWorks Daily and Crew activities. Daily and Crew activities are used to record what was done, where it was done, what materials and equipment were used, as well as who did the work. Once an activity record is created, it is then possible to determine the cost of the activity or work performed. This costing information is important as the records can help plan future budgets and possible asset upgrades. For example, you may have a road that just looks like a piece of Swiss cheese, and you've put pothole patch after pothole patch on this thing, and finally you've got enough pothole patches in there that you're about to exceed the actual cost of what it would to overlay the road. So using that information in PubWorks, you can actually use that to request funding or to get or justify what you need to do that overlay of that particular road. And that works on all other assets as well. You may be tracking something like HVAC repair or something like that for your individual buildings or something. And so you can bring up your maintenance records and determine whether or not the cost of maintaining one of these pieces of equipment, or assets as we call them, exceeds the cost of purchasing new equipment. So this is just one way that PubWorks can help you. So recording work in PubWorks, we use activities. And like I said, it records who, what, and where, as well as when. We use daily activities, which is a single person at one location doing one task. And we can also record work for crew activities, which is multiple people at one location doing one task. So let's talk about tasks for a minute. PubWorks uses tasks to define what work is performed. Just think of tasks as the thing that's being done at the location, what it is you are doing, or the description of work that you're doing. The task can be general or specific. So for example, you may have a task that's called road work. Well, a more specific task might be overlay. So then when you use those tasks in PubWorks, depending on how you use your tasks, you can use that information to dig down deep. So you would actually be able to run a report to find out just how much money you spent on an overlay. Tasks are selected from a drop-down box, which reduces the possibility of error. Again, we're just trying to reduce the possibility of error and at the same time make it easy for our clients to use the program. Daily and crew activities are used to record work in PubWorks, like I said, and they're actually fairly easy to use once you've used them a couple times. You can find these by going to the main system menu at the top, select PubWorks Data, then select either daily or crew activities. With the daily or crew activities open, we're going to go through the button bar real quick because there's a lot of good stuff located on it. The button bar is located at the top of the daily and crew activity screens. We have a reports button, which provides quick access to reporting features. We have the first, previous, next, and last buttons, and those allow you to scroll through the previously created activity records. Add allows you to add or create a new activity record. And of course, Save lets you save the activity record. Cancel lets you cancel your entries. Delete, of course, allows you to delete your activities. The Locate button allows you to search activities by date or activity number. So if you have to go back and add additional information, say you forgot to add a piece of equipment or a material that was consumed, then you can use the locate function, go back, find that particular activity, and then add what you need to. The sort button allows the user to set the sorting order of the activities using drop-down lists and radio button options. Edit, of course, allows you to edit where you can add or modify information in a previously created activity. And then we have a filter. And what the filter does is the filter allows you to limit the number of activities available. The reason for that is if you've had the program for 3 or 4 years and you start looking through stuff, you don't necessarily want to look at stuff that was maybe from 2010 or 2011, because a lot of that's probably not current or valid anymore. A lot of people, they actually restrict their filters to like looking at the last 90 days. And if you do that, then it kind of reduces the volume of data, is what the whole idea of that is for. So let's look at the main button bar, the More button. The More button allows you to attach documents or other media. You can attach anything like videos, or you can attach the, say you go out and you had a thing where somebody showed up and did some vandalism on a building and tagged your building. Well, you can take a picture of that and what was done to it, and then attach it to the activity record. I'll tell you, insurance companies certainly like this option where they actually can get a picture of the damage that was done, and they like to see quite often a picture of the damage after it's been cleaned up. Now the Map button provides one-click option used to open the map viewer. If you don't have the map viewer, it'll just close the application on you. So don't be frightened. If you click on it and it doesn't work, don't worry about it. Just log back into PubWorks and go about your business. The map viewer is usually only installed on a few client machines, and management usually determines who has that. So if you need the map viewer, let management know. They'll get in touch with us and we'll get it set up for you. So where can you find instructions on entering activity records? Well, if you have PubWorks Open, go up to the menu, select Help, then Quick Reference Guides. You can choose Daily or Crew Activities, and once selected, a PDF is downloaded and opens on your computer through your web browser. You can save that PDF to your desktop, and just like anything else, it's there for you and for you to use. So what information do you need to record in an activity? Well, all highlighted fields, all yellow fields, must be populated before you can save an activity. Non-highlighted fields are optional, but of course more is always better. So any of the fields that are not highlighted, if you know the correct information that needs to be in those fields, go ahead and fill them out. Don't forget to add any equipment or materials that you used. And then of course you can add notes or use the More button to add files to the activity record if needed. So let's take a look. Here I have PubWorks open, and we're just going to go through the process of filling out a daily activity. So we go up to PubWorks Data, and of course you see daily and crew activities here. So I'm going to select daily activity. And as you can see here, the activity screen's open, and what it's showing me here is one of the records that was created back in March of 2016. And so what we're going to do is create a new one. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to add stuff, but I want to give you a little quick tour of the buttons first. So again, here's the Reports button, so you can look at different reporting options. You've got the Next, Previous. These are the other buttons that allow you to scroll through the different activity records, like that. We have the Add button, which click Add. Of course, it gives you the new activity to fill out. I'm going to hit Cancel here. Of course, you got the save button. You can delete stuff. Here's the locate button right here. So say you know that you've got one in there and you might even know the number of it. You can click on it and it will bring up an interface that's going to allow you to look for a particular number, or you can actually look through some dates as well. So right here is the locate an activity form that is opened up. And so it's giving me the lowest number to the highest number available due to my filter settings. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, I'm looking for, I remember I did 131694. I remember doing that one and I need to go back and fix it. Or of course you can look by activity date. And so right here, boom, it brings it up for you. Continuing on, we've got the sort button. And usually 90% of the time they sort just fine and everybody is happy with the way it's sorting. If you're not happy with the way it sorts, go ahead and come in here and play with this. You're not going to break anything. The edit button again lets you go back in and edit. I'm going to hit cancel. And here's that filter button that I was talking about. So if you click the filter button, quite often if you can't find the activity you're looking for, it's usually because of this time frame box right here. This time frame box, if you can't find something, it's usually because you have a date range in here or maybe something in here that's blocking you. I like to go click here and put the last 700 days. That covers, close to 2 years. So this shows me everything that's in my 2 years. To get rid of that, double click and just go to any dates and hit OK. And it shows you everything. The More button over here allows you to attach if you want to attach documents or notes. So I hit Add New, and what it does, you can put the date in, put a description in, and then you can browse to a file and then find a particular file that you want to attach to it. This is extremely handy, like what I was explaining earlier, if you're getting problems with like graffiti removal or something like that and you have to do an insurance where you have to apply for insurance reimbursements or even FEMA reimbursements as well. And then of course you got the map button, and because I do not have the map running on this machine, I will not click that. So let me go through adding a daily activity. So I'm going to close that and just go through it again. So we go up to PubWorks Data, we're going to pick up daily activities. And remember, crew activities are identical. The only difference is instead of picking an employee, you're picking a crew. So basically what we've got here is we have employee name, we've got contractors if we want to use a contractor instead, we have a location, we have a task. These are the required fields that I was talking about that are highlighted here in yellow. You have to have your date, the labor type, and the number of hours that the person has worked. So we're going to create a new one. I'm going to click Add, and for this we're going to click Billy Brady. We're going to pick on him. We're going to say that Billy worked for an hour. We're going to say Billy worked for an hour and he worked at Babcock Lane. You can even put in a street number. I'm going to put in 267. The location qualifier, address or milepost. Now you don't have to put these in. This is what I was talking about. Sometimes more is better. Right here we have a task. So what did we do while we were there? Well, we bladed the road is what we did. And so then we can continue down here and we can add additional information. But over here, of course, you had to use a piece of equipment. So we're going to come over here and we're going to pick up the motor grader. And we're going to say, yes, we used that for an hour. And then if we needed any materials as well. And I'm just going to say we threw down some gravel chips. And I'm going to say we used a ton of those. So you see here, we've got our total for labor. Okay. And because I don't really have anything in here, I'm going to hit save. It'll take it a minute. And now I've got my total for my labor, my total for my equipment cost, my total for my materials, and this is my entire total of what it cost me to perform that activity. And this is how you can track everything that you do. That's all there is to it. Crew activities are very similar. They're the same way. The only difference is you select a crew. If you have questions about this or anything else, please feel free to give us a call, 888-920-0380 extension 2, or drop us an email at support@pubworks.com. Thank you.